Udo, this is such an incredible film. It is so beautiful and poetic, and yet it has this warring, this conflict that it's so beautiful, pathetic, and cinematic, and it seduces you, and then boom, it hits you with incredible violence. I think it's very brave. What did you think when you read the script?
Well, hello. I read the script. Of course, I immediately went out to get the novel. I wanted to see first the novel, the soul. I needed the soul of the story. And then I read the script. Of course, it was a little bit different. And what you said is right. I think the cameraman, Mr. Smutny, did an amazing job. And it would never have worked, for my sake, in color, because black and white, like Fassbinder said, film is shadow and light. So it is shadows, but very, very strong. And secondly, what I liked about the script is not pretentious. It's not the concentration camp gate, a closing, the boys just get out, mother and father waving, shaking behind the window. It's not like that. What I like about, I am very close to the boy. I was born in 1944 at the end of the war in Germany. There was nothing to eat. There was amazing time, how I grew up. With cold water in the winter. We had no hot water. And so that was the period of somebody who has energy, like that young boy, to want to leave. And he goes, it's like people used to do that, even in poetically Nazis and Goldmund, the people used to do that, to go to places to work for food and sleep. That's what, and this film, when I read the script and I went down, I said, okay. And I went to meet Václav, wonderful person. I said, I want to stay on the set. So I was on the set.
Oh.
I always do that. I mean, not a commercial film Blade, but I don't vampire, I can use my fantasy. But I wanted to stay there, and I did. So, I was sleeping in my bed. There was no camera. And I was looking around, and there was a cabinet with drawers. So I went and see what's in there. And I put something in it myself. Nobody know what was in it. So I made it my own. And then, as I said, black and white, that film would have never worked in color.
No.
And then when we start shooting, there wasn't, I learned my text in English, of course. Not much text anyway. But then I had this strange language. And if you know it, it doesn't matter. It's like a filter. You have to have the right text in your brain, and what comes out, And when I made the movie, I never see dailies or rushes or whatever you call that. I only see the finished movie, because when I see, in all these 50 years of making movie and being a lucky man, working with some of the biggest, best directors in the world, like Gus Van Sant, Fassbinder, Herzog, Wenders, Lars von Trier, I never watch rushes because I never like myself.
Yeah,
So when I see myself on the screen, I said, what did I do there? Why did I do that? Why is this hand movement there with my lips? So I don't see that, because I know I'm finding something to criticize. So I see the final movie, which I did in Los Angeles, The Painted Bird, for the press. There was a screening.
When was that?
Long
Was that
time.
recent or a couple of years ago, or?
Oh, the film is just done. Was it this year? No, last year.
Yeah.
This year is just
It's gone by.
going by, looking at. I live in a beautiful library built by
Nice.
an architect, and I'm across from the park, so I can sit here and see the olive trees waving.
Oh, how nice.
Beautiful old olive trees, like I saw the first time in Jerusalem. And so the thing is, I saw the film, and I don't say that very often, but for me, it's a masterpiece because it's not pretentious. Number one, could be even the boy in the sand and the black birds coming to visit. Look, my hairs are standing up. It's poetic. It's beautiful.
It is.
And the boy, of course, Peter, who was discovered for that movie, amazing. It's amazing. Of course, he's not acting. He's not an actor, but it's amazing. It's amazing how he observes things and looks at things. And now he's an actor. Now, after that film, I'm sure he will make other movies. He's a wonderful person. Of course, I know him quite well and his parents. But he did an amazing job in the film.
He did. And I want to ask, you've made, according to IMDb, 267 films. It's a lot. You've been very successful. Most of them are really dark.
No, not successful.
Yes.
Of these more than 200 films, almost half of them are no good. You know, it's like you never know. You get.
I suppose, yeah. Yeah. Well, you hit it with this one. The Painted Bird is, you're right, it's a masterpiece. It's hard to take, but it's a masterpiece. And I'm wondering if it represents a reality, or it was just out of Jerzy Kosiński's mind. I mean, during the end days of the war in these isolated rural communities.
Yes, I told you. I was grown up, there was no food.
Yeah.
As a young boy. As a baby, of course, you don't know. And but then when you grow 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, I realized. So that's why, and then later, of course, I realized very much, and I could do my research. And then when I got the script, I could identify myself so much
because of that.
Because of my past. You know, it's like I was born, I was 1 hour old, and the nurse collected all the babies to clean them. And my mother said, "Could I have him a little bit longer?" And the nurse said, "Mm-hmm." And then came the alarm, the whole thing fall down, everybody dead. Only my mother was lucky that her bed was in a corner. So the architecture saved her, and she told me when I was 15.
Oh my God.
She held me with one hand in her arms in the darkness. With the other hand, she made a hole in the gravel, and somebody freed us. I don't know the American or the British people, but so
that's a miracle.
My own way was very dramatic, and I never forget this. I never forget this. I have a wonderful life now. I'm a lucky man. I collect art all my life. I cannot show you, but there is from Warhol, Mapplethorpe, Keith Haring, everything on the wall. Look here.
Oh my word. Look at that.
And,
yes.
And I love it. And I love my house. And I'm, as I say again and again, I'm a lucky man. And I now, of course, at this moment, what's happening in the world, it's I cannot describe my feelings, but we're not talking about my feelings, we're talking about the movie. And the movie is camera-wise amazing, the director and all the actors. There is no pretentious acting in the whole movie.
And your character, he's so violent, but he loves cats.
No, he's not violent. He realized that his wife was showing on the dining table a little bit of her breast. He realized, and in other scenes, he thinks that something happened. And when he has a cat, he brought another cat to see that they jump at each other, to have the helper and his wife see that. And then he goes. And then we don't want to tell what I do for the audience.
No, we won't tell.
When I read it, I thought, oh my God. But then it's harmless.
C'est la vie, right?
It's harmless compared to other violence.
Yes, that's true. Oh, yes, indeed. So good to talk to you. I've been a fan of yours for years. Thank you so much.
And don't forget that there is a film called My Neighbor Adolf.
Oh, yes, I noticed that. Oh, yeah, I'll watch for that.
Israeli production with David Hyman and myself. It's a tragedy comedy. You should see that.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you.